Hello everybody and welcome to a new video, and I wanted first of all specify what I'm doing here and why I'm doing it. I'm going through the For You pages on YouTube Shorts and TikTok to prove a fucking point. Let's go to the webcam for a second. To prove a fucking point that, first of all, people are very, in my opinion, very uncreative, and it seems like that they're only uncreative is because they post things every single day that they're making. So it's not like me commentating over the few things that I do. They do the exact same thing every fucking day. I do a variety of things for a reason. I talk about this shit for a reason. I do the few TikToks, and this has been a while since I've done a TikTok. Probably not very long since I've done a TikTok video, according to you guys, because, well, I was so far ahead that I was just posting things willy-nilly. And then you're gonna see this way down the line, but but it still stands because this trend does not seem to change. And this is why, this is gonna be the downfall of YouTube Shorts and TikTok in general, is because of stupid stuff like this. It's 10:30 at night. I usually watch all the TikTok videos for when and then like the ones that I like later. So a lot of it's stolen, and I mean, like I say, I react to a lot of things that are interesting to me, which get suggested to me, like Mrs. Brown's Boys and other TV shows that I used to like and still like. I went back and watched Big Bang Theory, which we've done a few episodes on that. Or that there were some Big Bang Theory clips in. But, I go to some of these, I'm scrolling through on my phone, or one of my phones. I have 4 or 5 phones. I'm just rolling in it, aren't I? No, I just keep all the phones. That I get a free phone with each plan, and I just keep the fucking phone afterwards, because it's fully paid off at that point. I own the phone, so why don't I just keep it at that point? In any case, so I was going through every single night, every time I have a free moment that I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go on TikTok. This is the oversaturation of skits. My favorite skit artist now, he just kind of recently started skits. He's been, during COVID times, he's been starting to do skits more, kind of like that. It's Jacksepticeye. The few skits that he's done, and that's why I don't oversaturate my YouTube channel full of skits either. TikToks, I don't care. My thing is basically on TikTok is basically me recording different effects that you can use, like all the different filters or whatever. I'm trying to scare people because that's my idea of my job, is trying to be a prick and an asshole. And that's partially why I'm making this video, because this is a topic I don't care. I'm not gonna get too OCD about getting in trouble for, because I really don't give a fuck. So we're gonna go look through, because I mean, this is already gonna be a longer video now, because this has been a 4-minute intro. So we're gonna look through some of these annoying skits and
Brad's house? And what are you planning on doing at Brad's house? Probably gonna play some games. Well, I'm gonna go call Brad's father, make sure he's on board. No, you don't have to do that. Want to tell me the truth now? I'm going to Kylie's house. Nope. Come on. No. Why?
Good for you. Boring. What's this? Another skit.
Come on, get up. You're gonna be late for school. Yeah, I don't buy it.
Get up.
I mean, a lot of it is true, but it's way oversaturated, in my opinion, with all these. Like, of course, the older child always gets the butt end of the stick, and then the middle child basically is ignored, and then the youngest gets away with everything. I've learned that long time ago. I have 3 siblings. Yes and no. I have 3 siblings. I have a brother that's dead to me, a half biological brother. We're gonna do this like a lie detector test in like a court of law. I have a half biological brother who's dead to me. He could go fucking crash his bridge or crash his car, and with his mother in the car because, well, you know what? He still has his beginner's license, so he can't drive alone. They could go crash their car into the bridge, and I don't care. It's not about their race or anything. They're just complete assholes, and I don't give a fuck. I have much better for whatever race they are. I'm not gonna expose them too much here. I have friends. I had friends that were part of whatever race they are, and I got along with them fine. It's just certain people that are just pricks all around. They don't have to. It doesn't have to be what color their skin is or what they fucking believe. They can go, I don't care. And then I have 2 younger sisters. I love my middle sister like to bits. I could do without the younger one. They could crash their car into the bridge, and I don't care either. And that's a song reference, so. But so I know this firsthand. Now, good thing my brother never lived with us. Good thing wow. Looking back now, I was so excited to see my brother at the time that he considered it annoying for me to crawl all over him. It's just me being a child, when I was being a child, or when I was a child, and excited to see my brother, who we don't see very often, or didn't ever see very often because of, family issues. And, so I was the oldest from my dad and my mother. Keep in mind, this is not even the stepmother. I have no relation to her at all. I don't care about her, whatever. My brother, in quotation, he doesn't act like a brother, and biologically he is. I could care less. He doesn't hold any value in my eyes. Just like most people don't hold any value that have wronged me in my past. And I mean, my sisters, unfortunately, well, one's in the same boat as him. The second one, the one that I actually do care a little more about, it's a little bit different of a value than, like, if I could get along with someone for the whole 20 some odd years that they've been alive for. We've only started getting more along, like, from me being 15 on-ish, kind of, or her being 15, yeah, and I'm 2 years older than both of them. They're twins. But, yeah, so that's why I'm like, well, it does, like, certain things would not hurt me. And I mean, death doesn't hurt me. I just can't handle a funeral because I can't handle funerals because a lot of times I like to be positive, and funerals to me seem so negative and meant to bring you down. So I don't do funerals really well. Unfortunately, like, my family, okay, I don't believe in shit. Let's get that clear. My family started a church. I still listen into, like, their online shit because, well, I care, and because it's my family legacy, one of my family legacies. and well, kind of I'm into audio shit and visual shit as a YouTuber. Not very well at it, but I mean, I'm still good. So I still like have to look into some of those things, but I just skip through and I don't listen to anything because I mean, it would hurt me too much. People I care about die every day, and I can't dwell on it because well, I just need to move forward in my life. Life is basically collecting friends and acquaintances to have as a guest at your funeral. It's a sad state that we live in, and I mean the world's in a goddamn hell of a place. But you know what? Whatever. So there's this basket here. There's stupid shit like this. I don't know if this is Gmod or whatever. And fuck. See, the funny thing is with these, like, I liked them at first. Now they're just getting oversaturated as well. Everyone's doing it. Everyone wants to just talk out their ass on the platform, and I mean they're short skits. Like this one's a minute of like seeing if you know rock songs or whatever you're trying to do here. And I mean I get it all the time, and then also there's the ones try not to react to or sing to these songs, and they try to make it very hard. I'm like, this is easy because you just don't react to it. I'm not autistic, so I mean, I don't have to. I don't go nuts all the time. I have ADHD, so I am hyperactive. I go nuts at certain things. I can't sit still during certain sports games and wrestling and everything. Because I get so into it. I'm like the crowd here in my apartment. Then you got, like, your career on TikTok. Like, oh, let's show everybody horse stuff. Now, granted, yes, I know in a long time ago, this video never made it to air because, well, it stuck with a fucktard editor that got fired because of his racism and everything else that he fucking done to me, stole money, whatever. In any case, I didn't do any work. Didn't do shit for me. I lost like 5 years worth of videos. Every single day videos. Like 365 days per year. There was like one video for each day for the last 5 years or whatever, and I lost it all because of him. He's a twat head, and I would love to see an article in the news saying that he's done something and got himself killed. So there's stuff like this, bullshit like this. There's whatever this is, showing the speed of how laptops load up. No one really gives a crap. I don't know what this is. It's why. Okay, so this I understand gets mentioned to me like car stuff or woodworking or milling or whatever trade stuff that ends up being dirty and bad for your health, as mechanics usually have a lot of health problems. Because I weld, I do mechanics, I do smelting, I do everything under the sun when it comes to working in a shop. Yeah, I understand why this is interesting, and surprisingly enough, vidIQ is marked at only at a 1%, sadly. But also, I mean, it's getting the viewership and everything, but whatever.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
More of this, like
ranking all of Canada's license plates from best to Quebec. Last place
to
we got
Quebec.
Quebec, It's not just because they're French.
It's because it's plain and boring like every other license plate.
It's straight up an ugly license plate, bud. 12th is Ontario. It's just as ugly as Quebec's, but slightly nicer color. I'm gonna explain why this one's shit in a language that the newfies can understand. Hoy fucking de diddly shit! Doodle chip chop! Piss! BC is in 10th. Honestly, pretty bland license plate, but the font's different, so it's more interesting. It cracks the top 10 solely because it's a different color. Unlike anyone who lives there. Saskatchewan is in 8th place for the same reason, except green is slightly more aesthetic than red. Nova Scotia takes 7th place specifically because of the blue nose. Even if the third one they built they call the blue nose 2 because Nova Scotians don't know how to count any higher.
I know.
Honestly, this graphic is fucking dumpster water, but at least they have a graphic, so 6th place for New Brunswick. Easy 5th place for Yukon. That's a nice license.
Let me guess. Manitoba is in first because of their twat of a license plate.
See, Manitoba's trying to trick people into thinking it's a nice place with this fancy license plate.
Don't believe it. We're just as bad.
We're wrong. Good license plate, 4th place, but don't lie to yourselves. You still live in Manitoba, bud. Coming in at number 1 for the provinces,
that's nice.
And 3rd overall is Prince Edward Island.
That's nice.
You can't fuck with it. That's a nice license.
Yeah.
Number 2 is none of it. Polar Bear,
I love that too.
Fucking beautiful. Easily the number 1 license plate in all of Canada is the Northwest Territories, and I would safely bet that that's the best license plate you can get anywhere in the world.
Even the shape is one thing, but the thing is not, or the shape is bland, or the scheming on it, whatever. Like the design is bland. It's just a fucking polar bear that makes it the best. Another skit.
You know what happens when you accelerate an object to a certain speed. What will really happen? This is the scene of a fingertip gyroscope being accelerated continuously. You can see that as the speed
gyroscope. See, the people who make like the voiceovers and the text overs, they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. It's a fucking fidget spinner being sprayed with a water pressure washer hose. Like, fuck off.
Okay, if I fall asleep right now, I can get 40 minutes of sleep.
Nope.
My life sucks.
Poor you.
That's it! My life sucks!
Why can't you be creative and not steal from shows, first of all?
True or false tips that only the smart ones know. Put a drop of water on a leather shoe. Genuine leather shoes will get...
By the way, I don't care if it's real or fake. Your hair will melt the same way, basically. I've tried. I've cut off bits of my hair, lit them on fire to test that theory a long fucking time ago. And it's basically the same thing as a fucking plastic wig, so... Which should not be a thing anymore. Use real hair for a wig. Don't fucking use plastic. Then you have the fucking ads for fucking bullshit games.
Trying to buy Walmart equipment.
Then you have stupid stunts like this.
Excuse me, miss?
Which, by the way, sometimes they've gotten away with shit like that. So, they've actually bought the item and got away with it. So, that's illegal and that's stealing. I don't care if you paid for the price tag that you put on to the item, you stole it. And then you have this lovely person, I don't think this is the same user, but it's a re-upload because they fucking have a fucking compilation bullshit or whatever, like a crafty whatever fuck, because that's what gets past the fucking copyright law, right? It's just putting the thing you're actually stealing on the side and then putting something like that either on this side or above it or below it. So then you have another skit from an oversaturated creator and an oversaturated channel of another airlines thing, and she posts, and she's posted as much as Gary V in one day, occasionally, like a lot of these skit artists has, and it's just uncreative now. It's just boring to look through some of this crap, and this is like the reason why it's getting promoted to everybody or just me or whatever is because everybody's seen it. And speaking on like doing my research on like what works, it's best not to oversaturate your one topic on which any skit is one topic. That's why I do very little skits. I do a few at a time so that I don't kill what little bit of my channel I have left. But it's funny to see how like stuff like this gets absolutely promoted to the hills, and we'll see like shorts, and it's not just shorts. Like on TikTok, yes, it's all shorts, because that's interesting enough. A minute video or 2 minute whatever. That's like a song. And you only listen to a song once in a sitting and in the playlist, right? So it's just the boring as shit. See, good YouTube is something that many years down the road, if I wanted to go watch something again from a certain creator, I'll go watch that certain thing again. I find it interesting. I find it awesome. Like, how many times, for example, with Jack, Bob, Wade, or Mark, or, I don't know, Eddie, and those are basically most of the people that I care about. And then there's Ethos Lab and stuff like that, because I grew up watching Ethos Lab, and, I mean, the problem is that, and I've gone back and watched the adventure maps from, like, Stumpy and I Ballistic Squid. See, and I missed those series. I get that they may or may not do those ever again, because a lot of people grow up, I get it, but also that's kind of, people are still wanting to see that, which is, I mean, they could just do it in their new own way. But I go back and watch those things once in a while, once over, all the way through. Like, recently, I went back and watched the whole playlist of Wade's, or Lord Minion 777's, Gmod horror series. I've recently gone back and watched, like, the, on Mark's channel, or, because it's different from Mark's channel and Jack's channel, I've watched, on both their channels, their playlist of, Prop Hunt. And when they get together, man, you cannot stop laughing. I've literally I've had to take several puffs of my inhaler multiple times watching the content when all of them are together, or they're picking on JP, or they're picking on Wade. I've watched the Uno series that they've done multiple times on Mark's channel, where it's where I find it the most funniest, because, well, Mark and Bob are love bugging Wade to the end of the world, and then it's the opposite with JP and Wade, because then everybody picks on JP in their little group. I mean, it's good to have multiple groups. I would love to see, like, Mark, I think Mark has done some things with, like, the other parts of the group. Yeah, they have. There was, Get the F Out and Get the Fuck Out. Why am I censoring myself? The game, where you're dropped in a facility, whatever, and then you have to try to escape with, whatever they're looking for. GTFO, the game, whatever you want to call it. I've seen Wade and Gar and Mark, I think, do it together, for example. There's things like that I think are really, really cool. I've seen I've seen like their on Jack's channel. I've seen Among Us multiple times. There's so many I've seen multiple times. That's good YouTube if I can come back a couple years later or a year later and watch the whole playlist again. That's good YouTube if I can keep coming back to those videos. Otherwise, this is something that I see once, I don't give a fuck about, I just keep scrolling. I don't watch the
Why
whole
does
thing.
Jonah always get to do everything? He's a kid. He gets to do the fun.
No, he doesn't. I don't care if he's the youngest child. He should be equal. See, things like that.
Okay, here we fucking go. Well, that's gonna fucking break, isn't it?
Yep, that is. But this is the creative thing that you're doing. I get that I do it, but I don't do it on 10-minute crafts or whatever the fuck it is, 5 minutes crafts, because I know that they're bullshit. There's more.
Hey, you bitch. The fuck is your problem? Someone ate all my egg.
Double.
It is said that if you put C4 explosives in a microwave oven, it will explode.
Okay, I love this. I love watching these things because this is Mythbusters. Kids, back in the day, there was more science shows than what you see now, and unfortunately, half of the Mythbusters are dead. I think there's not even one left. They all of all of the B team. So the A team are Adam and Jamie, which Adam now has his own. I think it's Adam has his own like YouTube channel where he continues doing this with younger Mythbusters in a way. But the B team are all completely dead now, unfortunately, and they were like. I like the Adam and Jamie because they were like the originals, but those three together had like in the B team because Adam and Jamie were the A team, and then A team, another like old movie, is the A team, and I love. But in any case, yeah. So the B team, they all ended up killing themselves doing stupid stunts. Most of them were after the show, I think. So I mean, they almost predicted their death by doing this as as a career. Stupid scientifical stunts. So there is that, which I'm okay with.
What the John? What is this?
Then it's this uncreative stupidity. What the John? Can you think of anything better? Oh wait, because you don't want to curse. Instead of saying, what the fuck? Okay, sure. Yeah.
Hi. Is this the studio?
Yep. Okay.
There's that. Like, I haven't seen the studio in my life because, of course, I don't have a family member that writes music. I don't write music for myself, eh? So, there's that unfunny shit, and like they also do the some of them I don't know if I will be able to find them in this video scrolling through this bullshit because there's a lot of bullshit on the For You page. Which I have no idea about the algorithms. The algorithms seem very stupid, and if they're promoting boring shit like this to me, when I know I could create better, but I have to think about something first. Like, you should hear my comedy routine. It's updated since the last time I've read bits of my comedy routine, and it's also more funny when it's on stage. You're doing shit. You're getting heckled, and you can also like insult the hecklers and whatever else. It's more fun on stage. Reading it out loud is sitting and is more boring to me. When you actually get to fill a stage with you walking around and being more funny, then that's more like it. Anyway, so there's one where they are like imitating what certain songs what happened in certain songs to make it good. Assuming that they didn't put those little audio clips or whatever in those songs on purpose. It happened to be by accident, and apparently, according to that artist or creator, that some certain things were like the producers or the whatever the recording studio owner's son fucking around in the studio, and the guy just said, keep it going, this sounds good, whatever. It's like, yeah, that's how shit works, right? Anyway.
If you're watching this video in the middle of the night, would you believe me that I'm a wizard? Look me.
No, and it is the middle of the night for me. So, fuck you, you... Wow.
No, I really.
See, I don't know where some of this shit comes from. And I mean, the For You... watching even like a minute of the... or even a second of a For You page should not also like... and you're just skipping through to something that you care about. That should not be like a flag to say, hey, he likes this just because he scrolled right past because and only watched a second of it. He likes this shit. I don't care. How many times have I commented on people's shit, like absolutely destroying them? I don't care. Me going through any comment or me making a comment on any post, well, that's the same with most people. You either know that I absolutely love it or I absolutely hate it, and I mean, you can tell by my language. So, but again, oversaturated with crap like this.
No, I really feel like I've got a girl's jacket on.
Whatever the fuck that is, that's not even funny in my opinion. Good for you. Wow. Fuck off.
If you need to remove a bearing race from a hub or anything else it's pressed onto, yes, you could use an angle grinder. Well, my tip is to use a
Sure.
Right, we're back, and this is one of the most...
Oh, fuck off, you stupid internet doctors. You're just as bad as the fucking internet lawyers and people making it their problem whenever something happens. Okay, I get in the car with someone who cannot stop watching, like, cases that people have publicized online for the world to see that they have nothing to do with the case. It's almost to the point like that would ruin the case in like post like internet age where people feel like they have to stick their nose into places where they don't belong and trying to give their opinion on it. It's not up to them, it's up to the family first of all. If they wanted it publicized, I mean, it was all over the news wherever these people lived, where these people who got murdered or raped or whatever the fucking case may be. There's so many things that the certain person has listened to on about. So that's why I'm giving like these examples, because these are all the things that I've heard is different stories like that. And the other thing, I think it's because, well, there was the Johnny Depp case, there was the Will Smith and Chris Rock bullshit that went on, which, good for them. I don't have any care anymore. I don't really like Chris Rock as a comedian. I think he's way too, just crazy. But also, I do not like Will Smith anymore after, like, the YouTube Rewind bullshit that went down. Because I loved some of his movies. I loved The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when it was on. Fuck the reboot, because I want that Will Smith. I don't want that controversial twat head that everybody despises. Now, keep in mind, those are two African American or something, African something comedians or whatever, actor, comedian, sure, basically almost the same thing in that point, because it's both a like entertainment kind of profession. That doesn't mean that I'm racist in any way. There's certain comedians that I like. I love Chris Rock. Is there any other? Anyway, I love Chris Rock. I love Gabriel Iglesias. Like I say, I used to like Will Smith. There's other black actors and stuff that I like. Don't remember everyone's name. I'm terrible with names. I have migraines that basically cripple my ability to remember everyone's name. I love other certain people from other races, religions, and in acting and whatever else. Oh yeah, and Dave Chappelle is one of the ones that I despise because of his very vulgar language that I don't care to hear on a regular basis. I only say like the easy things to get away with, and the freedom of speech. There's certain words that if you go through my channel, you might hear every fucking word in the dictionary except for maybe one. But that one is a very important word. I have used the F slur to refer to cigarettes because it was a British game that I played, and they were calling it cigarettes, or because that's what they are called in Great Britain, whatever, Ireland, other places. They're called the F slur. As you can see now, I'm censoring myself because, well, it has nothing to do with it, so I'm not saying the word. They called them cigarettes in that game. I had to read the dialogue, or whatever the case may be. It was a long fucking time ago, and I have no problem with gay people. I have one friend, my only friend right now, that is way too busy to talk to me half the time now. Or most of the time now. I only talked to him once in like years, a couple weeks or several weeks ago. So I have one gay friend, basically, is what I'm saying. So but something that's like the bane of my existence is like online doctors. So I hate ER doctor, the guy on YouTube, whatever his stupid name is. I could care less. I hate fucking internet lawyers. There's a girl, I think named Lizzie something. She's a fucking, like, retired lawyer because she apparently, she would rather talk about legal shit online about different stories than actually be sitting in a fucking courtroom where she's making more money in a courtroom than on a fucking internet platform. But in any case, that's neither here nor there. I think it's more because she likes dressing very provocative with the red or the purple or whatever hair. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. And if I talk about it, it's gonna just be recommended to me, and I don't care. So there's certain doctors, there's certain internet lawyers, there's certain professions on the internet that I don't care about, because like certain doctors will react to different like satire shit and then try to say, oh, this doesn't actually happen, blah blah blah. I don't care. It's satire. Everybody knows it. You don't have to make mention of it. It doesn't get. I don't give a fuck, and no one actually gives a fuck. I'm surprised you're getting views on your video. I'm surprised you're getting comments that are positive, and I'm surprised that you're even like getting awards for how many subscribers you're getting, because I would never love to listen to those things because it makes me want to just hearing them complain about TV shows makes me want to live my life all the way to the end. Let's just say that. That's how bad it is. That I don't have any ill thoughts towards like hurting myself in any way. All these are cat scratches or the cat has beat me up like hell. And everybody knows I have a cat. So shut up. But hearing them complain about TV shows which are supposed to be like satire and make believe and basically poking fun is what it is. For those younger kids that don't know what satire is, the word satire, because when I first heard the word satire, I thought it was a sad tire. But anyway. So it's supposed to be made up, it's supposed to be funny, it's supposed to be, yeah, there's South Park, there's Family Guy, there's Simpsons, there's American Dad, there's so many, Futurama, like, all these shows, there's so many shows. Rick and Morty is all supposed to be satire, being silly, being funny, trying to get a laugh out of you, trying to be controversial at times too, and make you want to scream. That's what the show is. It's not something that needs to be reacted to and told us the right way, because some of us know the right way. It's just funny to see, because I've seen like the stories. I've heard the stories of that people have of different things that they're way over complaining about it, like, because someone doesn't like something, they way hype up the story like being this terrible thing when it's not that bad. It's fine. I've seen it all. I've heard it all. The only thing that will scare me now on the internet, really, is, or not even on the internet. Nothing scares me on the internet. Fuck the internet. It doesn't scare me at all. At least the normal part of the internet, not the dark web. I never want to touch that, because I don't trust humans with my life. I'd rather trust myself with my life. So this part of the internet, I can handle. It doesn't scare me. I don't give a fuck. The only thing in this world right now that I'm a part of is my own brain. That's the only thing that can scare me, is what I can create and what I can do in my own brain. If I'm ever a wrestler, it would be kind of like Bray Wyatt in that regard. I love the guy. I love his creations. Like, my favorite was The Fiend. Unfortunately, it got buried. But hopefully there's more of The Fiend, because I love it. Anyway, I bet what he can create and make up in his mind for TV and for his character will even scare him. And I think he's even talked about how some of his creations even scare him. Like, I can create my own nightmares. No one else can create them. That's that thing too. Is that a lot of times people are more scared of their own nightmares, so that it is their own brain that they're scared of. Anyway, let's keep going.
Bought this $5,000 RC helicopter.
Wow, good for you. And thanks for blowing out my ears.
Why'd you stop the music?
So, your mom told me to talk to you.
Why?
She said she heard you talking nasty on the phone last night.
She did?
Yeah, so I'm here to tell you. I'm proud of you, son. That's my boy.
I get it from you, Dad. What can I say?
You right. But come on, man. Make sure you close the door and put some headphones on so your mom won't hear you.
Okay, I'll do that tonight when I talk to him.
Cool. What?
Wow. So, I don't know if this guy's gay, but there's a lot of conversation, or a lot of these skits are making fun of his boy, which is just him with a young filter on him to make him look young. Making fun of his son or him being gay, whatever. Don't appreciate that. I don't know if he is or isn't. I don't care, because I don't give a fuck about any of these people.
Why are you dressed like that?
Because it's my costume. All you gotta do is go to the costume store and say, make me look stupid.
Don't stand like that.
Well,
that's the
how you
problem.
stood.
That's funny, but I hate this. Like, thanks for stealing the... I love you, Kevin Hart. I love The Rock. That's another comedian. Or, well, actor, comedian. He's funny. He should do stand-up. He's that great at everything he does. He's great at wrestling. He's great at... And I mean, you just have to... For wrestling, you just have to impress me. And it's not hard to impress me. Like, you can throw a couple, like... few moves that The Rock does. And I get the Rock is getting old, so he's not going to do the crazy shit he did back in the early 2000s, whatever he's done. And I mean, he got into the game late too, because there's now like people younger than me on the main fucking roster of WWE or AEW or anywhere, and I'm jealous because I love it. Anyway, so there is that.
Let me show you how to get quick and easy special effects cuts with liquid latex.
Wow. It's Halloween season, so let's get that bullshit going.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What? Oh boy! This is that another doctor that I absolutely despise. The Bentist. Yeah, get bent.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Wow! So creative doing a poll in your office for TikTok. Like, do a poll if it really means something to your office. It's distracting everybody. Wow, congratulations. You're gonna prank your girlfriend with a VR headset, I think. Which is very expensive. So congratulations. Spend all the money you want. Like, I don't understand, like, some of these things. Like, I get it's a prank. You have a very expensive thing on her head. I think it's a VR on her head. It looks like it might be with I think those were controllers too. I don't know if they looked like controllers. They didn't look like weights to me, but it didn't look very quickly because I wanted to condemn everything to do with everything. So they're moving the couch. I mean, she doesn't notice, so it might be in VR. And you're gonna make her fall in the water. Great prank. Probably wouldn't use a plastic bin because that's gonna hurt. Either hit her in the back of the neck, almost paralyzing her, or like hit her tendon behind the knee, which will also paralyze her for a little while, or maybe even damage her knee, the tendon behind her knee. Do it in a pool, somewhere safer, maybe even an air mattress or fucking anything. Softer and not as, like, weirdly shaped. Something flat or something bigger than her so that she actually falls in the water instead of breaking everything and the bin too and making a big mess everywhere probably as well. But also, like, some of these TikToks that you do it at work, isn't that, like... Wouldn't your boss get, like, super angry and super mad? I get that this is the greatest job in the world. Being able to be your own boss, work whenever you want, do shit like that whenever you fucking want. Good for you. If you can make it by posting this bullshit and not someone who does as creative shit as me. And this is not creative. This is me being a prick and me also calling everybody out. And calling out, like, these platforms for, like, promoting bullshit. And they get hundreds of millions and gazillion views. Thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, billions of views for shit like this that is uncreative and just the biggest bullshit in the world. And then you have me who doesn't get or who doesn't even break 5 views on a video, most videos, doesn't even break like 10 views on a video, and cannot get monetized, cannot get paid because because certain rules and regulations to get monetized were put in after I started YouTube, and I should have just been grandfathered in that I didn't need to do that. But you know what? Fuck it. We're getting viewership. We're gonna get there soon enough, hopefully. So there is shit like this. There's crappy pranks that make more work and probably kill people every day. There's shitty Android versus Apple or polls in general.
As you guys know, I recently bought this 20 questions game from the thrift store.
Good for you.
Get out of here, little boy.
You know what, Grandpa? I'm gonna tell everybody that.
So this is, I know who this actor or this skit maker. Let's just call them as they are. They're only skit makers. They have nothing else to bring to the table. And let's just say a skit maker would never be in my apocalypse shelter. You have to have multiple things to be. You have to know everything to do with like surviving in like those situations, which I get. This is how abusive like my ex-friends used to be. They were like, they always said, "Oh, you would never know how to like survive in these certain situations." Excuse me. First of all, I watch all the TV shows in the world to do with like surviving. Survivor Man, Cody and something, Scott, I think, or whatever their names are. Cody Lundin, and there was a show like where they were like that. There was Naked and Afraid. And then there was those more apocalyptic kind of things like The Colony. The old Discovery TV show that only had like 2 or 3 seasons, which I absolutely adored, but it was like staged. It wasn't real, but even if it wasn't real, I still loved it. And there were so many, so that's how abusive my ex-friends were. And I mean, I called them out for so much, and now with this video, I call them out again, so, you know, it's fun. Just, everybody can go back and find my ex-friends. Never be friends with them. They're so abusive and mean, and I apologize to all those staff members that I beat up in school, sticking up for those assholes. You guys were right. They were assholes, and they deserved everything that they got. And for my editor that I didn't meet in school, go fuck yourself too, because you're just as abusive. You were the one that actually told me that about me not being able to survive those things. So,
You ain't no Stevie Wonder, so take off them stupid shakes. Hey, what the hell?
Great. Let's steal something that if I even react to something and be able to stop instantly. Like, this is my problem, and I even talked to fucking YouTube about it on Twitter, because that's the only place that they actually talk to people, because they don't have a fucking phone number. And I don't have a YouTube representative until I get fucking partner. I could go shove it up its ass. And they said, "Oh, then does it say copyright something or copyright ID?" I'm like, a lot of it says both, because, well, and then they get away with stealing this. Now if we go to the YouTube side, because I have not even mentioned this to TikTok. I don't do TikTok.
You ain't no Stevie Wonder, so take off.
Also, that's very inappropriate. But the problem is that I don't even talk to TikTok because I don't post every day. I find it weird scrolling through a lot of the cooler stuff, I guess. Ones where they show like the filter. Which I know that my shit isn't creative on TikTok. YouTube is where it's at for me. Twitch is me just fucking around on live stream, and I live stream on both YouTube and Twitter at the same, or Twitch at the same time. Good for me. Fuck it, I don't care. That's not as creative because, well, I don't have like decent commentary. It's mostly me reading chat or thanking people for following, which I love you guys. Thank you guys all for following all those platforms, and I love you guys. Thank you so much. But that's basically the extent of like live streaming. Is just playing or doing whatever you're doing for the live stream. So any content that you're doing. And there's not much to live streaming, and that's why I'm like, why does that have a fucking third-party award system that and there's certain YouTubers that I absolutely hate. And everybody has heard me complain about certain YouTubers and Twitch streamers, and fuck it, I don't care. So there's shit like this on certain platforms, right? There's shit like this where they steal content, they get away with it for fucking whatever reason, and I can't go and react to anything, and it takes so much fucking longer to find a TikTok video of cool shit, fine, whatever, and I still get copyrighted for the cool shit that I find. Even though they're the ones who steal or a lot of times do certain shit and that is like a weird domino effect, and then I get hit with it and they don't. It's funny. Let's just say it's just stupid and funny. Anyway, then we go to the YouTube shorts.
What was the name of Walt Disney's first ever character? Noah.
Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit.
No! And ow, my ears. It was one they recently sold. It's called Steamboat Willie. It was the precursor to Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse used to be called Steamboat Willie, which Steamboat Willie was made in like the 40s or 50s or something. I fucking don't care. I don't want to even figure that out. I don't care when it was made. It was made in a time when it was like there was a lot of racism and stuff. And I think I could talk about this because they sold Steamboat Willie. The rights to Steamboat Willie. I don't know. They didn't want that on their conscience, so I think they sold it. But to be safe, I'm not going to talk very much about it because, well, Disney... Even though I could be completely nice and not swear and not say controversial things, so and not have to do that every step of the moment. I've heard many people swear every two words or after every single other word, and it's like a sickness. They can't get away from it. I've just talked a long time without saying any swear words or anything really that controversial in that short little brief moment there. So I don't want to say too much garbage about Disney because I want to one day be able to maybe voice act some things for them or whatever. Also, YouTube is Google owns YouTube, but also Disney kind of owns everything. So in a way, everybody on the platform is kind of owned by Disney if you're making content regularly. So there is that. So I don't want to say too much garbage about air dirty laundry on a platform that they may have influence over. So
you're just writing on the spot. Courtney? Steamboat Ralph. Okay, I know Steamboat. Okay, maybe that was like a rewrite when he went to the other steamboat.
Nope. Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie.
Arnold. With the shoulders. With the shoulders.
Shut up. You got it right.
I think the next...
What's up, losers? What you damn phone down?
What would you recommend as far as drinks?
You want some sweet? You want some frozen?
Sweet, because I'm a little pussy.
Their hats have insults on them.
So this is like Karen's restaurant. Great. I'm so glad for you. Fuck you. I'm glad that you have the money to go get insulted and ripped apart, and you can't even hit back or fight back. Good for you. Anyway.
I think the next time I have to speak to a call center in India, I'm going to try using an American accent. Why? Because when I use my regular voice, I feel like I'm making fun of them.
Wow. But you're making fun of Americans then. But also, see? Does this guy get copyright striked? No. Wow. Does this guy, sitcom Mediz, whatever, for life, does he get copyright strike for stealing Big Bang Theory clips? Wow.
What's your name? Can you say hello? How about hi? And
see, I don't know if this is the top 10 talent. I don't know if this is owned by, but I'm gonna get copyrighted for everything on this video. So, fuck you. So, the problem is that I'm watching like maybe less than a couple seconds of each, which is fair use, is a couple seconds, not like the whole clip or whatever. I think there's a certain limit of like how many seconds per clip that you're allowed to play. But of course, it's gonna be abused on this video because I'm calling them out and they don't like it, so they're gonna do it just to spite me at this point. Or even like the third party. So like you haters out there being able to third party copyright shit. It's the worst thing on the platform. On any of the platforms. Like if it's this, I don't know if this is owned by AGT or whatever the words are. I can't even spell or say the letters. American's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, Australia's Got Talent, or or Canadian's Got Talent now, or The Masked Singer, or The Voice, or anything. I don't know if they own any of these, or any of those people own, or those groups or TV shows own this channel. But if they do, then good for you. I don't think you should get copyrighted. It's your own content technically, and that's the problem with those talent shows. It's a little bit iffy because they're using copyright songs, which they also get away with a lot, but they're also using like talent and like the contestants' creativity, and it could be like a thing where it's like, hey, I want my money for this because it's my product that I'm showing to you guys. It's a big story. But I've been watching a lot of Got Talent. I enjoy it.
These are the strangest bottle openers we have.
So then there's this, which is a bartender again. So it's another job. Another TikToker originated on TikTok, because I watched a lot of his content before he made the YouTube channel. But the problem is this guy works at a bar. It's probably distracting him from his work. And they're still working there, and there was one about like the paint. There's a whole like controversy on one paint mixer's channel because, well, he got fired for doing the TikTok videos after so long of doing them, and his boss knew for so long. He finally got fired for it because he's wasting time. This is wasting time too. I don't know how this shit works in a setting that you just end up wasting a lot of time, or having customers being shown on camera and posted on YouTube, because apparently that's so wrong. If they're out in public, then stay home. If you don't want to be filmed, then in public than stay home and rot away. I don't know, whatever.
Does the giant rotating glow-in-the-dark LED gear cube actually, you know,
Great.
rotate? After all...
Wow, it's either it's a Naruto edit, but it also looks like a advertisement for a mobile game. Congratulations.
When people see my little leg and ask which height I used on my driver's license.
Good for you. How does that work? I've never seen someone born with a bum leg like that. Anyway, before I get too roasted too much on in the comments, I've never seen it. My mom was a doctor a long fucking time ago. Wherever she is now. But yeah, I've heard thousands and millions of stories about births and other things. A lot of this shit never came up. That this had to have happened after. So, anyway.
They were like, what's your biggest turn on? And I went, mechanical keyboard.
Wow. So, my opinion on these certain female streamers that have audiences that are gross and disgusting, and a bunch of males just sitting there jerking off to them and making inappropriate jokes and whatever else. A lot of them, first of all, I'm blonde. This is called dirty blonde. I can make these jokes, so fuck off. I feel like they're taking and every one of them is blonde. Like the more lighter blonde, way lighter. I feel like they take the piss out of being blonde because they have like their audience making inappropriate jokes because they're all fucking horny males that you know, I'm not that young anymore. I don't really care, and I don't openly talk about sex in certain situations. I get comedy. Sex is the best for talking about in comedy because, well, it's such a mundane topic and not everybody's comfortable with it, so everybody just laughs at those few jokes. Sure, whatever. Fuck it. But when they often like have like certain jokes said in comments, and it takes them so long to actually get the joke and tell everybody how awful they think the joke is or whatever. I'm like, how did that... I got it instantly, and I'm not smart. There's no fucking way I'm smart enough to even... I should not be allowed to do normal tasks, but I know how to do them, and I don't think about doing them, so I don't claim that I'm smart enough to do them. But it's just a fact of nature that I clean up after myself. I shower. I feed my cat. I water my cat without even thinking because my brain's not even here. It's not even in my head right now. It's like dentures. I have to take it out to sleep. Anyways, jokes aside, don't go nuts. But I feel like they purposely do that just to get views and reactions, and they purposely dress, a lot of them, this one's not as bad, but a lot of them dress very provocative too. There's certain, like I say, certain Twitch streamers that I absolutely despise because they seem more full of themselves than me, and that's my whole gimmick on this channel, is I'm a fucking egotistical bastard. So, this lady, sure, is fine. I don't care. Like, good for you.
Did you know in Turkey, everyone has to... Did you know in The Walking Dead that the creators of the show paid so much... In Turkey, everyone has to serve in the military, either after high school or after...
Bro, this is the nastiest shit I've seen.
SportsCenter posted this clip of me
I
getting
love-
turned
okay.
on at the end. Jordan.
I love it, the Paul brothers, but let's move past this so that I don't say something that I'm gonna regret because they're just as controversial as me. Let's go. Hold on. Let's go to Twitch now and just prove my point there, shall we? To some of like the crap. Now, I see something that I have no say over, and I'm not going to even comment on her issues out of the scene. But she's part of the same group, like female group online that I don't care about. There's Amaranth, there's Quarter J. There's a bunch of them that I don't care. They're too strong for me. In the point where, like I say, they have an ego for the platform. Go right ahead. People I don't watch every day. People I would not even click on their videos. I don't care what's happening in their personal lives. That's between them and lawyers, police, and whatever else. I don't comment on other people's situations like certain people on this front page are going through. There's a bunch of them going through a bunch of problems. My point is that a lot of them, because they're that group, that Amaranth or Quarter Jade or whatever made the fucking Twitch award, like their version of Twitch awards. I don't give a fuck. There should not be awards for this. This is meaning. Twitch streaming is meaningless to me. In the fact that there's not much effort put into it. I love Twitch streaming. I love communicating live with the fans. But Twitch streaming is completely garbage, completely bullshit. In the fact that there's no creativity to it. It's playing a game, talking to the fans. That's not creative, in my opinion. I just love doing it because I love you guys. And again, thank you for following me and doing everything. This is the freedom of speech that you're gonna get. This is what you get with me. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want without getting too in depth in people's issues and not saying something I'm gonna regret. I have no say over it. I openly condemn abusers and I openly condemn like certain bad things that go on in the world. Sure. That's how that works. That's all I'm gonna. It's a blanket statement. I'm done with that. Let's move on. So that's just this. There's ASMR. Sure, I don't like it. It hurts my. It really like makes me like cringe and that whatever. Like just chatting streams. A lot of them seem a little bit too much. Like a little bit like boring to me. So unless you're doing what Charles does, and actually like are doing and watching certain clips and stuff, just being an online presence, which hey, his streams and stuff are pretty nice and pretty good. Again, there's the gaming, gaming stuff, which is fine. Not a big fan of I Am Legends. 2D games like this seem like very boring to watch people play, to me. Like, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah. Music is a big... great. That's the one like creative one of the creative outlets that I find on here is the music is more creative than some of our other crap on here. But they get special awards for music. We don't need a Twitch award. But this is like, and I get this with like anything I watch, right? There's a lot of lackluster things on, and I just skip them. I don't care. I skip them. So there's certain games, sure. This is a long ass video. There's IRL, great. Some of it's pretty good. See, dressing up in provocative ways, great. I'm glad you get your viewership from being very inappropriate, in my opinion, for the rules and regulations which they break every single day, but they're favoritized. They're in the handbook. They're in the pockets of, like, they also make the most money for Twitch, so, you know, or any platform that does crap like that. They make the most money for them, so they're not going to do too much to them, because, well, like I say, it makes them the most money. Music, like I say, perfect, great, lovely. Esports, not a big fan of, like, esports stuff, but that's like a big platform. I have played like some things like Call of Duty, Tom Clancy crap. Never Apex because I don't care. Don't know if I played anything else. Don't fucking know. Don't fucking care. And then this is something that's interesting too, is like the cooking, baking, and art and development. That's something that I can understand being on here. This is somewhat more creative, or just trying to get clicks, I guess. But anyway, so that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching my annoyance of like trying to find content, trying to find YouTube, trying to find TikToks, whatever, or just being oversaturated with crap on all my platforms and I can't get away from it. Yeah, it's hard to find TikTok clips. I have a huge list of TikToks now that I haven't made a video on because, well, it was way too soon that I made. Shut up. See, this is like a Michael Jackson impersonator that doesn't even do the music or anything. If I go to profile, I don't know how many I liked. There's like a lot here that we can go through one day. My problem is it's way too soon, so I'm not gonna do it right now. I don't remember the jokes that I was gonna make from these, so sure. And a lot of these might have been accidental saves, so we'll go through them and probably get copyrighted and fucked over anyway, so that's why I'm not doing like a full TikTok video, full YouTube Shorts video. I'm probably never gonna do full YouTube Shorts for you on any platform anymore. Like, it just seems a little bit too much to even care about. I don't care. A lot, like I say, a lot of it's just boring, oversaturated, and it almost makes me not want to look through the For You page, because that's the only way that you can find TikToks. Because, well, I don't care enough to look through all that garbage, because it seems like there's the few gems in the rough, but now it's getting like very, very scarce that I find a gem. And this took, for you, this didn't take very long to between videos to see all, or to know that I have all these videos. Now, not that you see them on screen, but I'm telling you that there's a lot of videos here. Still not enough to even it's more than one video, more than 2 videos maybe, but, and then some of it's bullshit skits that I'm too lazy to go through and take them all out now, because, well, it's fucked in bullshit. Anyway, but yeah, there's a lot of content here to go through, but that took months and months to go find. You have the advantage of like seeing it in less time than it actually takes to find certain shit. But I don't remember the jokes. I don't remember what I was gonna say about a lot of this shit. So great, I have all this shit that we're just gonna end up not having jokes for it because it's been so fucking long just to get a full video's worth, and I have more than a full video's worth, but that's the way I like to do things now, is have more than a few videos worth, so that just in case I want to go a bit longer or go a bit shorter, or if I want to do a few videos of it on it and then upload it at very different times or whatever, I could do that. And it doesn't hurt me too much because, well, doing a TikTok video will always hurt me. Like, it's always copyright striked, it's always done, it's always, like, reported for abuse of some sort or bullshit crap. False review reports and false strikes. So anyway, whatever the fuck it is. So yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be a fun bunch of videos for the most part. Anyway, or I'll just remember what I was gonna say in the situation, and we're all fucked then. So this is the next day. I have to add this in. I have to edit this in. So this is the next morning, and I'm still tired though, but before coffee. Basically, my gist is, like, to me, like, reaction videos, the only thing that's creative about it is commentary. That's the only thing that's creative about it, and that's why I don't do it very often, but I understand, I have to preference that I understand channels that were meant for, like, just posting parts of your stream. If you're doing the reaction stuff on Twitch, I do not understand like having a whole channel with uncomedic, unfunny, same thing, fuck it, untalented shit. There's a difference between having talent and just re-uploading shit, and like doing facial reactions is another thing on TikTok that you can do. You can duet and then just make facial reactions, or not even say anything or say something. It's up to the person who duets it, or whatever the sayings are. It, to me, it's just like very, very, like, there's no talent in that. And that's why I don't even, like, oversaturate my channel with skits, because, well, first of all, my channel's not a skit channel, and with the choking of the TikTok For You page, or even, like, some of the other shit that there's some skit channels that I absolutely love, and I don't overwatch them because they're gonna basically make me want to punch myself in the face otherwise. So there's some really good people, and I've mentioned them in like other TikTok videos, if you go back and watch the TikTok series. But I mean, there's a lot of uncreative, unfunny people, untalented people, and it just chokes it all up. And I'm like, there's also like a bit rate for the like YouTube servers or TikTok servers or Twitch servers that I'm like, you're kind of wasting like the memory and the space on that TikTok or TikTok, YouTube, or anything else has servers for their servers, like the memory, the RAM, the whatever shit, just storage in general. And that's why there's certain things like, hey, we're taking away the 50-50, or we're doing the 50-50s payment system on TikTok, I mean on Twitch, whatever the fuck it is. because of like just weird shit like that always being. And then there's some that are worse for it, and some that are actually better and only do it once in a fucking while. And like don't dedicate their channel to just, oh, let's just do it. Let's chat or whatever. Let's talk or whatever the fucking category is. So it's that I'm trying to touch on, is that like there's nothing to watch half the time on YouTube, for example. I'm subscribed and have notifications on thousands and thousands of channels. I get why that these channels that I love so much don't post every single day, because they don't need to, first of all. Secondly, all they do is Minecraft, or all they do is one specific game, or they're just needing that break because they've done what I'm doing for like 5 years or 10 years of their like career on YouTube, and now they're just trying to like quality over quantity kind of thing, where I'm just trying to find a name for myself by getting some I'm not spamming it out. Like, I'm not posting a million videos a day. Like, there's one channel that does that stupid shit where they post a million videos a day, literally. Like, they have a million videos on their YouTube channel. It's so dumb, in my opinion, because, well, not everyone's gonna watch all that content, where I can at least keep up like a once a day schedule. People can find time in their day to watch it. People can binge watch on the weekends, the whole week if they don't have time during the week. I post at 12 o'clock usually, and then a few videos like this randomly throughout the week. It doesn't have to be 12 o'clock lunchtime, my time, wherever I live, or whatever. It's just, that's when I chose to upload. People can watch it whenever they want. I don't care if you're watching it in school. I don't care. I don't care if you are on a break at work. You watch it when you're an adult. You're of age to make your own decisions. And it doesn't matter if you're an adult or not. If you're a sound of mind and you're still in school, you can do whatever the hell you want. I'm not going to stop you. But this is kind of what I'm talking about, is like, it's just way too choked and way too annoying to even like consider doing stuff like that. Like, reactions are great. And I'm gonna go back and just do old commercials and stuff, because, for example, those Halloween commercials that you will see being added this week, as of recording this and as of uploading this whole video, including the first part of this video that I recorded last night, those don't seem to be copyright striked. So, and where TikTok newer shit is, even though other people are like doing the exact same thing, but they're not even putting their own commentary over it, they're just reposting it and adding a stupid narrator explaining it. It's just dumb, and again, we put in a lot of work, and you don't know this, but for example, we as YouTubers as a whole, we're gonna break this down. YouTubers as a whole, put in a lot of work when they do something creative, like what I do. I have to get in front of a camera every day, make something funny, pay for the game, even though I don't get any money back for it. I don't. It's not about money. It's about having content to play and do. I don't make anything off of this for right now. Even if I did, it's not like I'm heartbroken for money or anything. But I like fans. I love chatting to the fans in the comments. It's not about the numbers. And that's why what I'm trying to focus on is more of you guys, and me not having anything to watch, I can live. I can go and find Americans Got Talent, the channel, their channels or whatever, or I can watch like anything else. It doesn't matter to me, because I get it. I get how hard YouTube is. We need to find something creative. We need to be able to do like be able to be funny every single video. We have to be on our like be at our best. Even though for me you haven't even noticed me at my worst, because well, I didn't, and that was when I didn't make a video or two or whatever. But I bounced back pretty quickly. So there is that, and then let's break it down to like YouTuber. The second part of this is YouTubers that have anxiety and depression and stuff like that, like me. It makes life even harder to get in front of a camera and sometimes do the shit that I do. I embarrass myself every day. The funny thing is that I edit these not even listening to what I'm saying for the most part. I don't watch the whole fucking video whenever I edit these or whatever. I just edit the shit and put it out there and forget it. Like, because I cannot go back and watch myself. Even now that it's not that as cringy, and how many times have I gone back and looked at old videos of my content? Not very often. I mean, not probably just as much as everybody else, but everybody else has had a better video because they had more people and more whatever. So it's more about the people and numbers and bullshit like that. But this is the that's kind of like what hardworking YouTubers who actually are creative or are talented, they have to come out and be funny and be able to make a decent video for you guys every single day and feel proud of their work. It's very hard to feel proud of your work when your worst enemy in that regard is that you criticize everything you do. I can come and do these videos just fine because I have no filter from here to here to here or anywhere else. I don't have a filter on what I say or think or do. Or hear. It doesn't matter to me. So, in any case, to make this like last part not so long, that's kind of my opinion on it. Like I say, there's channels that are meant for the commentary over reactions kind of thing. Or reacting with commentary over different situations and things. The lawyers and doctors and the lawyers and doctors side of things is that I just don't think that it matters, and I don't think anyone cares. I'm surprised they get a lot of viewership from just reacting to satire, cartoons and whatever else, and the lawyer shit. Well, that has nothing to do with the world. That has nothing to do with that lawyer. It's just that they wanted to have a voice, and even though like their opinion doesn't matter, it's whatever the judge, the jury, the court of public opinion in that town or city or whatever thinks, not about like the whole world. I seen politicians on here. I don't give a fuck. They're all the liars anyway. So, in any case, thank you guys so much for watching. And well, there's gonna be another outro because I'm gonna cut this in fun. Take care. Bye bye. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my eternal struggle. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.